everyone, so I'm really excited to be back with another flip through. This is of my Budapest album. We went to Budapest in October 2022 for 4 nights and I absolutely loved it. It was a really good trip. We've been wanting to go to Budapest for a long time, so we finally got to go, and I've decided to use this album. I'm not too sure what size it is because I got it from Paper Trace quite a few years ago, I think, or it come from WH Smith's. I'm not too sure, but it was on sale, and it just had loads of pages. And so I decided, because the other one that I think I showed on my preparation video, it didn't have half as many pages and it was still small, so I was going to have to either cut down the photos massively or put too many in one page. So I just didn't like that idea, so I decided to go for one that had more pages that I could rip out if I didn't need them, and I could spread the photos out a bit more. So that's how I ended up with this one. So I've actually done my cover. I'm not too sure what else I'm going to do with it. I might just leave it as it is. I don't know if it needs something here or not, but it's just the one piece of paper I had left. I managed to use it for the cover, and I like that it's got this little elastic band as well, because it is quite chunky. So yeah, it has still got the view of the, obviously the bottom part of the album, but that's fine. I'll keep it as it is. At least it's not too out there. So yeah, so I'll open it up. So we went for 4 nights. So we're there from, I think we were Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, I think, or was it 5 nights? Not too sure. We'll find out. So I won't go through all the stuff that I bought for it, because obviously I've done that in my preparation video, but I will go through some bits and pieces if I've added anything in. So we stayed over a night at Stansted because we were flying from Stansted and it's quite a far distance from us. We decided to go from Stansted because it was a lot cheaper flights with Ryanair. However, you can see that obviously we were split. I don't think we were actually. I think we actually managed to sit next to each other in the end. But they were good flights, and so we stayed over at the Radisson Blu, which was nice because we're not actually meant to haven't stayed there yet. So that was quite a nice little experience to stay there. We had like a runway view from our hotel, which is hotel room, so we got to watch the planes land and things. And then this is just a little picture of our plane, and I put in our little room key card slot. So yeah, so we flew at 8 o'clock on the 17th, which I think was a Monday. Not too sure, I think it was Monday. And then we stayed at these really cool apartments called the Lavender Circus apartments, and it was all like old style, but they had all like these really cool like drawings on the wall of like furniture and stuff, and it just made it look a bit like a cartoon. It was just really cool. And this was where our bed was, so we're not like these little stairs, and we stayed in this little bedroom upstairs, which was just really cool. So it was a really fun thing, and it didn't cost us a lot, so highly recommend them. It had like its own bathroom as well, which was nice. So yeah, just took us some pictures of the apartment. This was cute because this was me. I was taking a picture outside this little window in the little box, and Joe was underneath here, so it's just cute. You can just about see me taking a picture there, and there's Joe just underneath on the 3rd bed, and then this is a little sort of reading nook. It's really cute. I loved it. So yeah, highly recommend that accommodation if you go to Budapest. Really central. So then the first thing we did, actually, because we landed about mid-afternoon, once we got into the city and obviously into our apartment and stuff, we just went for a wander. We ended up going for like a coffee and a sandwich and things. I love these signs that they had around for Budapest. We went to a cool cafe called the Cozy Cafe and had some lunch, and they had this big wall with all post-it notes. It had people putting like messages on and stuff. So obviously we put a little one about our little 100 country challenge that we hope to do, and Hungary was our 40th country, so that was quite nice. And then the first day we headed up to Gellert Hill, which you got to take this little funicular, which was really cute. It's quite expensive. You could probably walk it. It was a very quick journey, so you probably could walk it, but I just love the little funiculars. And this is us inside the funicular, and this was the actual like proper view of it. So it was like 3 sort of tiers, so it doesn't fit a lot of people, but it was just, yeah, it was really nice. And then these are our tickets, which always love having little tickets. So up on Gellert Hill, you've got the Fisherman's Bastion, you've got Buda Castle, and loads of other random little nice things as well. So we spent pretty much the most of the morning up there. There was this beautiful church up here. I need to put on here just a little geotag with just the name of the church, because it was so pretty. They had really nice roof tiles up there. And yeah, some more pictures of the castle, and there's loads of statues and monuments all over Budapest, so they're really cute. I've pretty much finished this album. There's just a few little bits I want to do. I need to keep on with the little, I want to put some more splatters around on certain pages, and I just want to put some little like geotags with some locations and stuff, but it's pretty much done. So these are just some of the tram and metro tickets that we got. We got loads, so you'll see them throughout the album, but we pretty much got the tram and metro most places. That's just Joe outside that church. And then this is the Fisherman's Bastion, which is really nice. I absolutely loved it here. It was so chilled. You can just view it as this if you don't want to pay to go in, but we did actually pay a couple of forint to go walk along it as well, so that was quite nice. But yeah, some really, really nice photos. And the weather was lovely. You can see like pure blue skies. It was such a good time to go. It's just us walking along the walls with the views. It was just so nice. And because it was autumn, all the leaves were turning colours as well. So really, really pretty. Some more pictures. I took so many pictures up there because it was just so pretty. And I love these stickers. These are stickers from well, no, they're not. They're like hard chipboard stickers from Vicky Butin. So they're nice. So yeah, some views over the Danube River. Oh, that's from my inks. And then this is a big map. Again, I won't get out. It's also got the metro map and stuff on there. But it's got a load of maps in there, so that's quite nice to have. So I just put that on a page with a nice one of these lamps, which I thought was really cute. And then we walked along to Buda Castle. Again, this was free, so we didn't have to pay anything. We just wandered around and just had these really lovely buildings that you could go and see. And then some more pictures of the nice buildings. It's just very grand. Everything was so grand. All these entrances and the big fountains. I really like how this album came out. As I said, I've never done like a brown album before. It's normally quite bright colours like blues or pinks, reds, greens, but to do a brown one, which was quite nice. And I like all the gold accents and little gems and stuff. So these are just some pictures. We actually stopped for lunch up there. Joe had a beer, one of the local beers. Then we saw the Mary statue, the Virgin Mary statue that overlooks the city, which was cool. And then obviously these views that look out the whole of the, well, pretty much most sites of Budapest. Got the Parliament buildings there, the bridge. That was actually closed, unfortunately, because they were restoring it because it's close to falling, which is not good. So yeah, some more views. It's just so pretty. Really nice. I think it's actually one of my favourite, I think it is my favourite European city so far. Definitely recommend Budapest. So and these are just some nice pictures of the trams. I love the trams because obviously they're like this nice orangey mustard yellow colour, and they just made the city look really cute when you see them going along. And this is just a nice, some glitter there, just some nice tree-lined streets. And I love this postcard. I bought quite a few postcards for Budapest, but I love this one because it's got all like the highlights of the city on there. This was just a cool alleyway that had like a load of random bars and things. It had all these umbrellas and stuff, which I thought was quite pretty. Another postcard that I love the colours of because it was quite autumny, so I thought that was quite nice to go with the album. This was the fat policeman that everyone rubs his belly, so it's obviously that's why it's a different colour. And then I got a gelato rose, which was nice. I've always wanted to get one, and they had them, and it has really good reviews, so I went to go get one of those one afternoon. It was really good. It was really nice. And then these are some pictures of the basilica. So this is a postcard. I actually sent this home, so it's got my address on it, so I won't flip it all the way over, but it's just got another picture of the basilica under there, and then a picture of Joe and I with the basilica in the background. And then just some more pictures. So yeah, it was a really nice area. This was actually quite near our hotel as well, so we always walked past this. So these are most of our metro tickets. So there's a few scattered around, but these are majority of them. I don't know if they're going to fade or not, but I thought I'd put them all in here. I think I even had some left over, but it didn't fit, so I just left them as these. But yeah, we've got metros and trams all over the place, so we ended up buying a load of tickets. And they were really cheap, to be fair, really cheap to get around, so save our legs. And then these are some of the more of the trams. I love them. I just thought they were really cool, the big numbers on top. So we actually rode the tram line 2, which is apparently one of the most beautiful tram lines in the world. So of course we had to do that. We rode it pretty much to the end and then came back. And it was just, yeah, it was just a really nice tram line because it goes along the river, and then it goes into like some local areas and past some of the sites and stuff. So yeah, it was a really nice tram line. And it was obviously, it was only a couple of pounds, not even that. So for just a one-way or return ticket, so it's worth doing for a cheap sort of day out. And this is just Joe on the tram. And then this is the shoes by the Danube. It's really sad. These are the in memory of the victims that were shot into the river by the militiamen, which is really sad. It's quite different. I mean, there's loads of memorials all over the world for all sorts of awful things that have happened, but this seemed quite, I don't know, quite close. I think because it's actual people's like belongings, like their shoes, like they're almost like it was their last moments. I think that's what it was really sad. So obviously these are all little statues made out of shoes, well, shoes made out of statues, sorry, like concrete and stuff. So they're not actual shoes, they're obviously like a replica of them, but it just, yeah, it just seemed really sad. So we took a while just to look around and sat there. It was quite busy, obviously you can see lots of people here, but yeah, I just wanted to put that in there because it's quite famous. It's quite harrowing, really. And then this is just some more pictures of us walking along the Danube, the nice boats that go up and down. And then these, again, there's so many statues in Budapest. This was the artist, which I thought was quite nice. And then some more, this was outside the Parliament building actually. And then this was a postcard of the Parliament building, which I think is really nice. I loved all their postcards. So this is the actual Parliament building. So we walked past it quite a few times, and obviously we saw it from across the river a lot. But we walked past it, and I just like to get a nice picture outside of it. We didn't go inside it. I didn't know if you could. I think you can book a tour to go inside, but the outside is just spectacular as it is. Like, it's absolutely incredible. So I highly recommend that one. And then we went to go get chimney cakes. So Joe's not a massive dessert person, but I am. I absolutely love desserts, and I love chimney cakes. So the first one I got was from this little shop here. You can see them all being made, ready to be sort of cooked. And then I just got a cinnamon and sugar one just to snack on throughout the day. And then we actually stopped at this place here that actually specializes in like proper dessert ones. So this was like a chocolate one with vanilla ice cream in the middle and chocolate sauce on the top. So yeah, really nice. It was October, so it was a little bit chilly, but I enjoyed it. I was going to have it no matter what because it looked amazing. So yeah, just a business card from that one. And then we went to the ruin bars. We went to the famous one. Again, I need to write down exactly what its name is. It was just, they're just amazing. They're like pre-war buildings that they've turned into bars, and they're just so random. Like, they've got all different random stuff in there. So yeah, it was just really cool. So you can see it's all a sort of like open plan, but it's got like little rooms that you can go and sit in, and it's just got all different types of mirrors, anything you could find. It's almost like a charity shop, boot sale sort of stuff, all sorts, anything was going. So yeah, it was really cool. We really enjoyed it. We just had a few drinks there. We didn't go wild or anything. It was early afternoon as well, so it wasn't too busy, but they had all like nice lights and stuff on them, so they were cool. And then we went for dinner at this like street food place that had obviously a load of like purposely built market stalls. Like, they're there permanently, that's what I'm trying to say. They don't just pitch up there, they're permanent sort of residents there, but they make some really good food. So there's loads of different ones, but I had like this really nice burrito. So we went there for tea. And then this is just, I really wanted to use this piece from my paper pad, but I had this picture of this chocolate bar and it was so good. And I just wanted to say they had such good snacks in Hungary, like in their shops. Like, they had so many good chocolate bars and little sweets and stuff like that. So that was just a little thing to say about that. And these are really good. And then the next day we spent the day at the thermal bath, so I spent the majority of the day there. So this was on our way there, so I wanted to put this forint note in, because that's I think that's the smallest one I had. I wanted to put that in. And then this is one of the big statues that's in the square. And again, I need to write down what's the actually official name is called. But it was really cool. It was obviously a memorial, a dedication to people. So you can see all these. There was actually something going on because there was some military men trying to usher people away. Basically, I think they were doing something. But they could see this hot air balloon that went up and down. I think it was part of like a fun fair thing across the way. But it added quite a nice picture there. And then we did go to the baths, and I can never pronounce this, but this is the baths that we went to, the famous ones in Budapest, I think, what everyone goes to. But this was our receipt that I've photocopied because obviously it was going to fade. But we actually booked a private changing room. You can just go to normal changing rooms if you want to, and then pay for like a little locker for your stuff. But we actually booked one of these changing rooms where you could lock them, and there were just you two in them, and so you can leave your stuff there. So it was worth it for the extra. I think it was 1,000 forints, so it was worth doing that for the the safety and also just the privacy. And then we enjoyed the baths, so they were so nice. We went there quite early, so we managed to get quite a good spot. Obviously it wasn't warm enough to sunbathe, but people were like wrapped in their towels and just enjoying themselves. But the baths were nice and warm, so it was just nice to sit and enjoy the baths. We went to 2 different sides. We started on one side, and it wasn't too warm. I was sort of thinking, oh, I'm going to get cold pretty quickly here. But then we moved to the other side, and it was much warmer. But again, they had nice statues. The building was actually really lovely. It was this bright yellow sort of building. They had like a proper swimming section in the middle of the 2 sort of baths, so people could actually swim. Obviously, that was more like a local place because tourists were just chilling, really. They didn't go to swim. But this was us in the second part, and this was so much warmer. It was like not burning, but it was really steamy. It was really good. It was really nice there. But this was the first section, and had this little whirlpool that obviously you could like go round, and it almost pushes you around. Like you don't have to do anything; it just goes round. It's really fun. So me and Joe were just knocking around taking photos. This was us in the little whirlpool thing that was going round. Just some pictures. We took our GoPro so we could get some photos of us in the actual baths. So yeah, it was really fun. We took so many pictures of us in there. We don't really get too many photos of us. I do try and get photos of us, but sometimes when they're all nice, I just like to print them all off. And this was my favourite one because Joe was just making a funny face. So yeah, and then we went to this little Margaret Island, Margaret Island's basically a little island in the middle of the Danube River, in between the 2 sides, and it's obviously like a man-made little island that they've made into like a nature park. So they had this big sign that said Budapest, and then they had the leaves were just incredible, like the orange and the yellow. So I took a picture of those, and then in the middle they had this like little mini zoo that was free. I'm not too sure what they were. We went in for like 2 minutes, but then came back out again. I saw some of the animals, and I was like, oh, so cute. But we didn't actually go around the zoo. But I love this bird. And then the last thing we did a Danube cruise. So we actually booked a 1-hour cruise down the Danube, and we booked it for 7:30, I think. Yeah, 7:20. Because I wanted to do it when it was dark, basically, but not like middle of the night sort of dark. So I wanted to see all the pretty buildings all lit up at night, basically. So that is what we did. It was really cheap. I think it was only like £11 each or something for an hour, and you got a free drink. So this is just one of the bridges with all the birds and the like the tram line. Oh, I can't think what they're called, gantries, that the tram lines go across on. So that looks really pretty. This was our little ship or boat that we went on. It's called the Neptune, and then this was us with our free glass of Prosecco that we got, or wine. I can't think what it was now. I didn't even drink it. Joe drank mine. And then yeah, these are some of the photos that we got on the river. So it was really pretty. I'd highly recommend it. It was really cold. We deliberately sat outside. You could sit inside, but we deliberately sat outside because I wanted pictures without like the glare of the windows. So it was really cold. We did wrap up as warm as we possibly could. But it was still cold, and I think it actually gave me a bit of a cold when I came home. I was really ill when I got home, so it probably gave me a bit of a chill, but it was beautiful. That the Parliament building looks incredible, and obviously all the reflections in the water. So these are just some more pictures of the Parliament building, all lit up from the water. it sort of annoyed me a little bit because you can sort of see there was like a load of birds and stuff all flying around, but you can't really see it very well in the photos. But that's the reason why I printed these photos off, especially this one, because I felt there were, you can ever so slightly, obviously I can see this, but there's tiny little dots, all these little birds that were going all around. It looked really pretty. And yeah, then these are the last photos of the cruise and of the album. So yeah, we had a really, really nice time. Really nice time. Highly recommend it. I hope you've enjoyed this album. It's much different than, as I said, I've done before. And I just put here, I had the best time in Budapest, but then I left my purse in the room and I got a really bad cold. So the hotel or apartments actually had to send my purse back home to me because I got to the airport and realised I didn't have it. And it had like all my passes and ID and all that sort of stuff in there. So I had to get them to send it back to me, and they did, which was really nice of them. So it was a good trip, but obviously it ended quite dramatically. But yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this one. It's certainly different for me, but I really like it. I like how it's come out. So the next one will be the Maldives when I finally get round to starting it. So I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I'll be back soon. Bye!